Eastman, one of the founders of medical marijuana, with Dennis Perone and Jack Herrera and the band of gypsies that the hippies were called since the early 60s when I grew up in San Francisco. Yeah, folks, I'm back. I was here in 2008 to help a young senator named Obama. I felt racial disparity from some of the crowd because they didn't want me to help the president the senator get elected president. And I had these stickers with his face in a marijuana leaf. And I came up here to try to raise some money to get to the Democratic convention and to help Obama, because I believe John McCain would have stopped Proposition 215. And what Dennis Perone and I and our marijuana friends did, because I've been smoking marijuana for 51 years. I'm 61 years young. I've been living with AIDS for 20 years. I'm undetectable and I have hundreds of T cells. And I'm here today to support freedom. Freedom for a plant called cannabis, marijuana, a medicine. I've been smoking marijuana since 1963. I was 10 years old, a future flower child, born in San Francisco, not far from Haight-Ashbury. Grew up with Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead, sat on stage with Janis Joplin, became a digger. We were the hippies that helped the hippies. We were called diggers. Peter Coyote. Some of you might have seen that special on TV about the 60s. Well, I'm live and well, and I'm in Seattle, and I'm back. And I'm here to support the state of Washington, the state of Colorado, and the 23 states and the District of Columbia, where we have medicalized marijuana. And Mr. Dennis Perone, my friend, the author of California Proposition 215, wishes all the people of America and the world well. He's living in San Francisco. He couldn't come. He's 68 years young, but he sends his love to all the people that need marijuana for medicine. All use is medicine. Mr. Perone and Richard Eastman and many of our friends don't believe in legalization, taxation, recreation. That was done to daze and confuse you. All use is medical. Well, I produced the 45th Smoking at the White House. On July 4th of this year, we had hundreds and a few thousand people coming to Washington, D.C. for a 45-year tradition. On July 4th, we put on a anti-prohibition rally in front of the White House in Lafayette Park. For the last 6 years, along with John Pilka and Miguel Lopez of 420 in Denver, I've been asked to co-produce the Smoking at the White House. This is our poster this year, and it might be the poster next year. We don't have a lot of money, and I'm asking people to support the Smoking at the White House, because for 45 years, we've fought for freedom for a little plant called cannabis that has saved my life. I'm happy to be here in Seattle today. I'm happy to see the vendors and the patients and the people enjoying freedom, whether it's called recreation, legalization. I don't like taxation. Marijuana shouldn't be taxed, and medicine shouldn't be taxed. So ultimately, join me in Washington, D.C. next year on July 4th for the Smoking at the White House. It might be the same poster. And this November, support the District of Columbia. We're trying to we already decriminalized marijuana there, and they have medical marijuana for the patients now. Prop 59 worked. Thanks to all the patients in D.C. And also in November, you can vote in Washington, D.C. to legalize marijuana. I believe it's called Support Initiative 71. Whoever sees this video, whether it's in Washington or Washington, D.C. or San Francisco or New York or Hollywood, California, this is Richard Eastman with also the 1937 Marijuana Tax Act. Yes, folks, it's right in my hand. I know it's a little tiny, but on July 12, 1937, one doctor went into the Congress to defend cannabis. He walked out a sad man, because in less than an hour, our nation went to freedom for a plant that heals people, to slavery for people and a plant. They put the handcuffs on a plant, July 12, 1937. But yet, almost 77 years later, I gave this information out in front of the White House. And it's all about a doctor from the AMA who told the Congress they were making a mistake. Yes, folks, they made a mistake. But here today, we're not making a mistake. We're celebrating freedom. Freedom at the 23rd Hempfest. And Mr. Vivian McPeak, I'm happy that you're still doing this, and you have a lot of wonderful volunteers and some great exhibitors, and I hope you still have compassion for a man living with AIDS named Richard Eastman that came here to help a young senator named Barack Obama, a black man, who nobody thought would win when I was here 6 years ago. And my little stickers that caused a headache for you, well, John McCain would have shut down your event. And ultimately, I hope Obama never has to do that, because Eric Holder and the United States Justice Department are friends of mine. And I support the efforts of the Barack Obama administration to reschedule marijuana from level 1, where it's considered like heroin, to level 3, where it can be prescribed by a doctor. And this would alleviate the pain and suffering of all the patients in all the other states. A shout out to the kid in Texas, 19 years old, going to prison for the rest of his life for a brownie. This is insane. I'm glad that Rick Perry was recently indicted for corruption. And I don't even know the man filming me right now, but you know me. And some of you might have seen me in a fabulous movie called Super Jaime on Netflix with Doug Benson. I'm at the end of the movie, so however high you get, don't pass out till you see me say these words. I'm a little seed that grew into a big tree. In California, we have the biggest trees on earth, the redwoods. And we are all little seeds that can grow into big trees. And I'm echoing those words again, because many young people have seen me in that movie. I didn't want to be in the movie. They filmed me. I didn't even want to be here today, but I was kidnapped peacefully, and I came on my own, and I'm in Seattle. And Vivian, don't be mad at me about those stickers, because I said if McCain was president, there might not be a hemp festival. At least with Barack Obama, we have freedom for the First Amendment, our Constitution, that allows me to be on the permit for the 4th of July smoking at the White House. So as a final couple of words, I'm happy to be here. I've been here the last couple of days. I haven't seen anybody pass out from hippie crack or daubing. I haven't seen any fights. I've seen peace and love, and there is some problems, but it's mainly with get the greed out of the weed. God bless you all. Live in Seattle at the Hempfest. It's Sunday night with Richard Eastman and an unknown videographer who's going to post this wherever he can. And yes, you have my permission, young man. Richard Eastman gives permission for this film to be not only shown to the Hempfest committee and Vivian McPeak, but yes, you may put it in a documentary. Even long after I'm dead and gone, you have the video to prove that there was once a man named Richard Eastman that fought for freedom his whole life, living with AIDS, and hopefully he's not going to die too soon, because I have to be back at the White House on July 4th, 2015. So remember, 77 years ago, they made a mistake. Don't make a mistake tomorrow. Don't smoke tobacco. Don't drink alcohol. Don't take sleeping pills. Don't take antidepressants. Take cannabis. Because marijuana will save your life like it saved mine. God bless you all. And as Jack Herrera said, the Emperor of Hemp, 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 hooray! Hemp, hemp, hooray! It's a sunny day in Seattle. And now I'm going to go enjoy a little more time before I go back to my booth with Dave the Hemp Man, who's living with cancer. And I'm the reason he's here. He brought me to do this video, talk to thousands of people, and yes, Vivian, I love you. See, I'm wearing I love Vivian pin. So love Richard Eastman back, and forgive me for helping to elect a man that helped you and I and all of us. And God bless Barack Obama for being our first black president, because we know most of the people in jail for the last 77 years were people of color. And Barack Obama, even though he's half and half, he smoked marijuana and he did inhale. And now shout out to Bill Clinton. When I met him 14 years ago, he didn't have to inhale. He was eating brownies. And vote for Hillary Clinton. You can edit this if you don't want to support her. But I am going to support Hillary Clinton for president. And maybe after we have a woman president, or maybe we'll have a gay president. I don't know if it'll be Perone and I, because we're going to be old in those days. But if I ever had to run for president, well, I hope you vote for me. Richard Eastman, signing off. Seattle Hempfest.
All right, guys.
God bless you.
All right.